Hello and welcome to Robotics Assemble, a Saints Robotics production. So before we start our episode today, we would like to thank our sponsors, Microsoft, First Tech Federal Credit Union, Pluggable, Bellevue Schools Foundation, Expedia, Applebee's, Dunn Lumber, Lawrence the Florist, Tap Plastics, and Office Superintendent of Public Instruction. Thank you guys so much for your help and support for Saints Robotics. So I'm your host, Nikhil Devasetti, and today our co-host is Noam,
Hello.
Saints Robotics' very own hackerman, also known as programming lead. So, Noam, do you want to give yourself a formal introduction?
Okay. Hi, I'm Noam. I'm programming lead this year at Saints Robotics. I joined last year as a junior, or into programming when I moved to Bellevue, and yeah, I'm doing that, and I've been involved since I joined.
Nice. Thanks, Noam. So, today, this episode is actually a special one, right? Because today is the first time in the podcast 2-episode history that we have people from other teams joining us. So, our guests are Kiri and Aemarie. So, let's get to know them a little bit better, okay? So, can you guys introduce yourselves? Like, tell us your name, what team you're part of, your role on that team, and if you guys prefer online school or the same old physical school. Can I call it that? Physical school?
In person.
In-person school. Physical school.
School in person. Switch the
You school, but in person. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go in alphabetical order.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Aemarie, and I'm from Team 948 NRG, and I'm the CEO of the team. And I prefer in-person school.
And I'm Kitty. I am from the Robototes team 2412, and I am the team captain, former business lead. And I mean, I don't really have a preference. It's kind of just like, would I rather die or like
Mood.
get an education? Because if I'm getting an education, I don't really care how I get it. As long as I'm getting it, that's fine.
All right.
Anyways.
So right now it's online school.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, because it really means a lot to us, because you guys took some time off and like joined us on the podcast to make it entertaining and giving us a lot of content. All right. So anyway, let's just dive into the essence of the podcast. Let's talk about school starting, right? So what are you guys feelings? Are you guys tired, sad, angry, or just like excited? Excited.
Okay, so for today, I spent like maybe 7 hours doing homework, and most of the homework that I did were like flip grids. So
Oh,
I had to keep recording myself every single time my audio failed or my laptop crashed.
so
And it
you
was
practiced for the podcast. That's
I
actually great.
practiced for the podcast. I'm very prepared for you guys.
Thank
But
you.
it was really annoying though, because I had to keep going back onto the website.
I just don't use the school laptops that often, unless
I
we're
don't
actually
use
doing
mine
Teams
either.
meeting.
I'm using mine just as like a notepad.
Yeah,
For
stylus
OneNote.
are so nice. All right, how about you, Kitty?
So your question was like, what is it like with like the start of school and stuff?
Yeah, what do you feel about school starting?
To be honest, online school, it could be worse. It honestly could be worse. I know, like, we are very privileged to be able to have like technology so that we can still go to school during a pandemic. Wow. But that also sucks when like you have technical difficulties, schedule difficulties, life difficulties, having to make 3,000 flip grids difficulties. Like
Flip grids.
getting classes that you didn't really want or ask for. Like, for some reason, I am taking yoga and walking for fitness.
Both.
Did you just need
Nice.
the gym
Alright.
credits?
Huh?
Did you just need the gym credits?
Yeah, I don't really have any PE credits, but that's kind of besides. Okay, I took a leadership class in like freshman year instead of
PE.
PE because it was like, oh, you get to be an exclusive freshman in this class. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm taking that. Like, screw PE. Like, I'm doing this, but now it's biting me in the butt because I have to take 3 half semester or semester course PE classes. So
Yeah,
I mean, Yeah.
Yeah, for Interlake, we just get forced into PE for freshman year. So
Yeah, no, that's what it's like for everyone. But the thing is, I went to a different school back then, and they were kind of
Ah.
lenient about it. And they were like, I just
You
felt
don't need
special, so I was
PE.
like, I want to be special. So yeah.
It seems like teachers are much more prepared though now compared to the
Yeah,
spring.
last year. Oh,
I mean, they kind of had like 2 months to prepare, so I would expect that they like improved somehow. But I feel like
and they
still
did
some
use that
teachers
two
are like,
months to. Yeah, it's. I feel like we have more flow in the class now because teachers know how to use Teams because that's what we use.
Wait, I have something to say about that. One of my teachers, she spent 40 minutes for one of our class periods taking attendance.
I had one class of 35 kids that they did attendance for by saying it out loud, and it was the first
Yeah.
period, so people showed up late. So it was constantly, "Hey, did you call my name yet?" That took 35 minutes.
Oh no,
yeah,
that
I'm just
sucks.
happy my 41 kid class didn't do out loud attendance.
oh god,
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, basically it's like we're in this position because of the COVID. You know, how is it affecting your teams? Because if school is affected, the teams are affected too. So how has your teams like, I don't know, combated the corona?
the corona. You say it like
The
it's some
corona.
almighty
It-
power.
it's the almighty pandemic, the corona.
Yes.
All right.
Well, a lot of online meetings that during the summer, not many people showed up for, but we did play some good like Scribble.io and like Jackbox, that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah,
And just to keep spirits up, during the time where we can't be in person with one another.
because of the
Um,
corona.
yes, thanks to the corona.
The corona.
You should add a dun 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 sound effect after every time we say Corona.
The corona. Dun dun.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay,
have you
Um,
guys been like working on anything or just been like social stuff?
yeah, so I guess I'll kind of start from like when competition got canceled. Saddest
no.
moment of my life. This is
Uh,
okay. Understand that this past year was my first year. I was a business lead. Everything was going great. We won the entrepreneurship award at Glacier Peak.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, like I was like, I'm on top of the world. This is amazing. And my dad, who was moving to Japan in like a week or two after, or like a week after, when Auburn Mountain View was scheduled, I was like, okay, he's gonna come to that. And he's gonna finally see like I'm actually doing something. I'm like not wasting my life on this. Like I'm doing something. And then it got canceled, and I
Oh,
was like
oh.
in so much pain because I was so excited. I was like, wow, do you think I could actually go to Worlds or something? Like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I was really scared about Corona because like apparently some kid or like mentor at Glacier Peak had
Yeah,
it.
as a mentor.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
yeah.
so that was a bit scary. But like
Yeah.
really disappointing that competition got canceled. NRG didn't even get to compete.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no.
I mean,
Feel
to be
so
fair,
bad
like,
for like
I don't
So what
think we were
has
that prepared either. So I guess it kind of worked out for us in the end.
yeah, like
Like,
remember
yeah.
this year was the first time they didn't have a bag day, right? So it's
Yeah.
like we thought we'd have an extra couple weeks on the robot, but turns out we had the entire summer to make our robot better. Cuz
Imagine how bad this would be with Bag Day,
oh
where
no.
you couldn't, even if you could meet and you can do like minor things, you can send to like some people to do a minor thing at home. But now you can't even do any. You wouldn't be able to do anything till what, kickoff? So
Yeah.
well, you can't train them on last year's robot because that's bagged up. You can't do
yeah.
anything like that.
That's so what has NRG been doing during
I
corona?
mean, since like the pandemic, we started making a bunch of online lessons so that way we can prepare our students for like the upcoming season. So even if they aren't able to like experience it like at hand, they can have like a virtual experience because we started making different ways that they can like do the procedures and like figure out like the steps they need when the season's actually over. Well, not the season's actually over, when the quarantine's actually over. But right now, I'm not sure how it's going to go because for the Bellevue School District, they're like, no clubs will start when it's in the remote period, or like you can't do fundraising, or you can't buy anything. So it's just like, what are we
Yeah.
supposed to do?
Yeah, a
I
lot of
believe that they're
limitations
gonna
right
be
now.
talking about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Our club advisors, like, they're officially gonna be announcing it to like staff and stuff
Yeah.
about what the whole club situation is going to be and how, because like I feel like even if they say no, we can make a case that we aren't meeting in person first of all, and we're meeting online, and we're properly like trying to train students so that they can be prepared for the future, so that they can learn something during quarantine that isn't just school, and that they can just
Yeah.
have a place to like socialize online, you know, because everybody has their laptops now. And you know, I feel like if you didn't promote it, you'd be promoting people actually hanging out in person.
I
Yeah.
also, I also heard from our mentor that robotics is one of the 3 clubs, at least at Interlake, that is allowed to meet in person if we switch to hybrid, which
Mm,
is going to be really
Oh,
nice.
that's
That's so
nice.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm praying for that. I am praying so
I'm
yeah.
praying for it too.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
how many students do you have on your team though?
a lot, but we will still have limitations. But we
Yeah,
will
we're
be
probably
allowed to at
gonna
least partially meet
probably do
us,
like sub
debate,
teams
and
ish.
rocketry.
Nice.
I
mm,
think.
That's nice.
We have the special treatment. Yeah. Anyway, like for us, we've been doing a lot of the same things like social games and stuff, but we also tried or trying to do like teaching people by like a lot of CAD for mechanical. That's what I know we're doing a lot of CAD.
same.
No, what we're doing for programming.
For programming, I've had a bunch of grand visions that are never able to have time during build season to come up with, and so we were able to kind of like one of the big thing was switching off of Limelight because that it was kind of clunky and hard to use as much, and it was expensive. So we've been working on, and we were able to successfully build like our own vision testing area from remote, and we were able to test stuff like that.
That's good.
So, and
Yeah.
we're also just trying an announcement to be announced probably closer to build season, but we're making a cool thing to create autonomous code for any team without needing to compile, which that
Whoa,
could be a cool thing.
that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So like,
Programming popping off right now. What the heck?
yeah, they have a lot of time
Yeah.
to do stuff now.
We have a lot of time and we have people who are willing to work online and
Wow.
remote.
Motivated
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
So like, do you guys like doing this robotics thing online or like collaborating online? Like, it can be like sub team specific too. Like, is business doing well or like is I can tell that programming here is doing really well for online stuff. So like, do you guys like it
Of
or
course, it's
no?
going to vary from sub team to sub team and from
Yeah.
team to team in regards to not just us, but like teams who are less fortunate and who do not have like access to technology or access to like things at home. Like, especially a lot of the smaller teams who may not have as much funding or anything like that might be a lot like a bit difficult because like I know a lot of teams are like having to break up and stuff because of like the pandemic,
Yeah,
which is
the
really
pandemic.
really sad. But like, you know, we're able to meet online, which is really really nice. You know, I don't really have like this again. This is kind of like my first summer of robotics, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. So
Yeah.
so
Uh
far, I'd
Hmm.
say it's going pretty well. Like, uh, once quarantine ended, and you know when we're expecting to go back to school like later in the year.
yeah.
uh, one of our mentors, Jeff Dean, he decided he was gonna do like a crash course on SolidWorks, and we were gonna get through this like do the SolidWorks tutorials to get our CSWA um, by like before the time that we were gonna go back. Of
Wait,
course,
CSWA is that
yes,
what's that?
certified SolidWorks associate. So that's like
All
a
right.
certificate kind of thing that you have that like proves that you are like knowledgeable in this area. And
All right.
it's really good thing to put on like your resume and stuff, especially for like kids aspiring to be like engineers. Like, hey, I'm certified, and they're like, oh, certification.
Yes.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
Certification is nice. It'll get you far, probably. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. And no, like so, like our mentor, like MIT graduate, engineer, super dope, super awesome. Love you, Jeff Dean. But like he he knows what he's talking about, and he's really trying to help us out with like not just with our first career, but also like after, like within college, or trying to get hired somewhere. Um, so that kind of thing was really helpful. I believe like 5 or 6 kids have fully gone through with the assessment and have gotten the check.
Hey,
Uh,
that's
I am not one of them, sadly, but I am working
oh
towards it
You
because my
will be one
computer.
of them.
I
yeah,
will
you
be.
will
I will be.
the future.
It's just like my mouse just doesn't work with cat. So I need to get like a proper because it's
Ah,
timed as well. And so I can't
oh,
move it around. And I'm like, I have to use the arrow keys. Like this is not that's not ideal for
uh,
catting.
I
Especially when
didn't know you could use arrow keys on CAD,
yeah,
but
I
I
like
didn't
know.
know that
okay.
either.
Yeah, I was like, I never heard anybody use arrow keys on CAD before.
So if you have a trackpad, life hack. But so he was trying to do that kind of thing, and then it's kind of being continued into summer. Less and less people started showing up though because they kind of want to just like do summer things and like. But
Yeah.
that was pretty successful. I think we also tried to start this thing called the First Lego League Alliance of Bellevue, which is essentially like where we are trying to recruit parents to try and like
Mm.
train them up into FLL coaches. Because FLL, fairly simple. It's Legos. It's not that difficult. It's like
Yeah.
block coding.
Yeah, so like
If
parents
you
should
have
be able
common
to.
sense, it'll work. And so we were thinking of getting like people locally within Bellevue to join our Facebook group and to we would have like meetings and teach them about different things, different aspects of FLL. uh with the pandemic going on, it's really hard to get like teams started, especially when like parents still need to work, especially with like the economy being like but so that it hasn't been as successful as we wanted it to be, but we've made a variety of resources and posted it to our YouTube channel and like how to register different FLL kits, which ones we recommend based on like your price range and stuff like that. So we have resources. It's just we haven't exactly started any teams yet. But
I see.
pandemic.
So if people want to find these resources, what's your YouTube channel or website or
YouTube
whatever?
channel is if you just look up Robototes, it should be the first channel. You click on that and you'll see like our playlist of all the videos that we've made.
All right.
We have enough subscribers to have like a www.youtube.com/robototes yet. But someday, if you subscribe, we will be able to. So
Yes.
you should do that.
Go subscribe. And subscribe to Saints Robotics as well if you're doing that.
Just plug
Yeah.
in though.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, if we're gonna get some publicity, might as well,
Yeah.
help each other
Yeah.
out.
How
Speaking
about
of
you,
helping
Amory?
each other out, the Bellevue Alliance. We've
Yeah.
also been
Or
meeting.
I don't even have to be here. You guys are doing the transition yourself.
Kiri should be the new host.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just got brief history of the Bellevue Alliance, so I can share that around like how it was formed.
All right. So
So
what is the history?
so in 2018, so the admins of all the teams in the school district started going to the school board meetings because they didn't like how the school board was treating the robotics teams and wanted to change like how we were classified, I think, to be more like sports teams. So by the end of 2018 school year, the school board had made some changes, so the team started meeting for that. And then in about the May of 2019, uh, some it said that it was that Eric from 2412 and Olivia from Saints from 1899 started meeting to try to help out each other because they realized that they had problems that each other could help each other out. So they went on from there, and then the meeting started to go well, so the other teams started to go in, and that's how it was kind of formed. Eventually,
Yes.
having Eric and Olivia leading the first year, and then Shravan and Brielle taking over the year after that. And now it's Aemarie and Kiri.
Yeah.
Woo!
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming this Bellevue Alliance is like this council that dictates what we do in robotics. Is it? Or
More
is it
like
just like
a
A
bunch of
cult.
people who like robotics talking about what they do and helping each
nice?
other out. Dictate
Occasionally.
Dictate. It's okay.
I mean, you can see some dictatorship like
Hey, hey,
going
hey,
on
no,
whenever someone
no,
chooses to
no.
mute another person's mic in the middle of
Oh,
their
Hey,
speech. Just saying.
speech? What are you talking about? Okay, so look, that's like after hours kind of thing. Like that's when we're like messing around, like being like
I see.
friends, because like we should all be friends. Like we all have
Yes.
the same purpose. At least I think so. Well, I
That sounds so sketchy. Just that statement.
But I mean, okay, so the Bellevue Alliance representatives were chosen this summer after like all new leadership for different teams have been decided, and so everyone's like, okay, put in your reps. And at our first meeting, Brielle was there, and I was like, I don't know anyone. I don't know what to do. Like, I was so scared because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I
That's
should.
such a
Maybe,
mood.
like a senior should go here instead because like again, first year in robotics, don't really know anyone, that kind of thing. So kind of nerve wracking, but everyone was super nice and friendly, and I ended up becoming a lead because I don't know
He
if you
ran
can
unopposed. I can't
Yeah.
even pronounce it. Unopposed. He ran unopposed.
Unopposed. Okay.
because I talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think anyone like had the motivation to go for a lead over the summer. Like after
Literally,
you're the first one to volunteer, there's like 5 minutes of silence before like anyone else volunteered.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
feel like within robotics, I feel like there's a stereotype that a lot of like kind of nerdy people are very awkward.
Quiet.
They don't know how
But
to
we're cool,
talk to
guys.
people.
We're
Cool
pretty lit.
guys. Yes.
We like
We have TikTok superstar here with us.
stop. No. Okay.
Drop the handle.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
You should
I
advertise this podcast on
no,
your
we are not
TikTok.
advertising my
You
TikTok.
should.
That is not going
No,
on.
we advertise the podcast on your TikTok.
Yeah. You can do that.
If you really want me to, then fine.
Yes.
But, like,
Please. We need multiple platforms.
sure.
And also, by promotion, you guys should go to saintsrobotics.com to actually buy some merch from Saints Robotics.
buy Wayflowers
Wait.
leggings.
Fun
And
fact, I was
socks.
watching your
didn't cut
last
that correctly.
podcast and you
Oops.
guys mentioned your merch and then you were like, oh, look at what Trey's wearing. You can't even see what he's wearing. It's a podcast.
We thought the video would be up by then. It should.
Okay, sorry, me moment. What were we talking about again? Okay, Bellevue
We're actually talking
Alliance.
about Bellevue Alliance, yeah.
Yes.
I heard you
So-
made a slogan for Bellevue Alliance.
Yo, okay. The slogan took us about over 6 weeks, but I think we got it. The slogan
It
is
must be good.
5 teams, 1 alliance, united in cooperation. Bellevue
Yes.
Alliance.
Cooperation.
Yes.
Cooperation is
Yeah.
Iconic.
first term. So we wanted to like represent first and like, we're competing against each other, but we're also gonna help each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was having what were we talking about the other day? We were talking about something. We
I
were
think it's
talking
something
about
important.
like sort of plans for like how we were gonna like get the school year starting, how we were gonna recruit kind of thing. Because it is really hard to engage people when you're looking at a blank screen with all their face cams turned off.
Yep.
It is much easier in
Yeah.
person.
It
Although
is
I
much
haven't
easier
really
in
been a
person.
recruitment person for in-person stuff, but I already
It's
know
also-
it's easier.
You do a good job though. You're
Yeah.
like so hyped
Yeah,
up
I
and
can
like
tell
really
that you're like really passionate about robotics.
I freaking love robotics, dude. Dude, literally, like, it just changed my life. Like, I used to be so annoying. Okay, I don't know. I might still.
I
be
used to
annoying.
be nobody, and now I'm a podcast host. That's how it
Yo,
works.
what a king! No, like,
Yes.
literally, like, I didn't really have any goals in life. Like before I joined robotics, it was kind of just like, I kind of like doing this kind of thing, but like I'm not that good at anything like that. But so, eh. And like my old school didn't really have any clubs or anything, so it's kind of just like me goofing off with my friends a lot and like being the event planner for that kind of thing. And I guess that was like my only strength. It was just like planning elaborate events, like going to Wild Waves or like going to
Going to Wild Waves.
having
That's
like a party
fancy,
at my
though.
house or something. I don't know. I was like a party planner. I was the party planner. I was that person. Maybe still am. I don't know. But when I joined robotics, due to peer pressure,
Ah,
uh, it was like,
yeah, because
whoa, like this is so dope. What first thing I noticed when I went into the shop at Sammamish High School was the shop. Holy crap, dude. Literally like 3 rooms, a computer lab, a full room dedicated to robotics, and then like an engineering room where classes are held. I was like, whiteboards. Oh my god.
whiteboards.
Whiteboards.
I
Wow,
love
that's
whiteboards.
what you. That's what you got.
Okay, no, no,
That's
no.
the
Whiteboards.
first thing you saw when you walked in.
Okay, I really like
I
explaining
thought you were
and
gonna talking
writing
about
things
like.
down, and I love doing that.
Uh,
I
I thought
could
you were
spend
gonna
time
say like a CNC or
Yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking.
the
no, I didn't see
the
that immediately.
bandsaw.
That wasn't the first thing I saw. First thing I
That
saw
was a
was the
second
whiteboard
thing.
because the whiteboards it had like all these like planning things on it, and everyone was like working together, and I was like, oh, wow, oh my god, people who like stuff like me, but they're like cooler and like they do cool stuff.
No,
And then I went to
in
girl shop,
robotics we're
and I
all
was like,
cool.
whoa, where am I? I'm in
I know
paradise.
one thing for us is we have like 4 whiteboards, but we're really bad at erasing them when we're done with it.
That's
So we have
true.
like all of them are stuff from like before kickoff that we just don't have the people there to ask, hey, can we erase this?
Yeah, we're
So
just
they're just
like,
like,
oh,
okay,
I
let's
I
circle
don't know
this
if I
and go around.
Yeah, for
yeah.
NRG, we have like whiteboard wars. So it's like business is
Ah,
going to use the whiteboard one day, and then suddenly like drive team comes in, they erase everything, and then they write their own stuff, and then we erase their stuff, and it's like a continuous cycle.
dang.
No
Do you guys
This is
one
like take
why,
gets the
pictures of
whiteboard.
what you erase or
yeah,
like?
Yeah, we take pictures because we
this
know
is
it's
why
gonna
you take
happen.
pictures with
Okay,
everything.
all right.
I have
Just
so many like pictures of like
yeah,
what I wrote on the whiteboards, and I never looked at it again. They're just all in my camera roll.
document
Same.
everything, guys. And there's gonna be one day where you're gonna be very thankful for that picture. Maybe it's like a password or something that you guys forgot.
I mean, I don't know. It was
Just
mostly
writes it on
just
the
like
whiteboard.
plans for like helping visualize what we were gonna do and the different aspects of different things. Oh God, I
Yeah.
love project management. I love like business. Oh, it just makes me so happy. Like okay, I find such joy in like writing things and like timelines on the board and making sure everyone understands and everyone has a task and just like being able to like check things off and like you did a great job. Like nice job, you did that. We can check it off. Like how's things going? Like
Monday.com,
oh,
guys.
I love it. I love it. I love
Monday.
it. I'm sorry. And like
Monday.com should
with like
sponsor
robotics.
this
Are we?
podcast.
I don't think we're just sponsoring a team. Just give us the free, hook up with the free usage.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think we're actually using that.
Are we? I think we
No, I think we have competitors.
Oh.
Wait, what?
What's going on?
Oh. All right. Nothing. Okay. We're back. And
Okay.
how about like we were talking about the Bellevue Alliance anyway,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
right?
So I
So
know one
Wait,
thing
what were you
that's
talking? Wait, I'm so
I'm so
confused now.
confused.
What
I'm
were you
confused.
talking about
Okay,
earlier?
we're gonna talk
All
about
right.
Bellevue
We should.
Alliance from now on. They can cut this part out. It's chill. Okay.
No,
No,
I
no, no.
just feel
That
so
was a
bad
good
whenever you
part.
were like talking about robotics so excitedly because I was in robotics like for 7 years because I was forced into it because I was supposed to be the ideal engineer child, but
Oh,
I was so bad at like building robots. I just got
Oh,
shoved into business and I stayed there for 7 years.
do you like it
dang.
though?
I love robotics.
Yeah.
I think we've been having for our recruitment, we've been having a few like official recruitment sessions that have gotten like 1 to 2 people total. And then
Oh,
we've been going on the peer pressure route of reaching out to friends and just trying to
yeah.
get them into join robotics saying, hey, we're actually around. You need extracurriculars for college apps. Join
Yeah.
it.
Peer pressure is actually very effective when it's like for good things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, when we
I
were doing
I peer
recruitment for like
pressured my friends to just like try joining. They haven't joined yet, but they said they will. So
yeah, for
we have
I
NRG, when we
potential.
do recruitment, we literally like sometimes we just grab freshmen and bring them to our booth. And it's like, you want to play with this robot, or you want to get some cheesy pizza after you
Yeah.
sign up for this club? We got you.
Yeah, for like our 8th grade night, we had a robot just sitting on top of a table, and then a lot of people just came by and were like, "Wow, that's a nice robot," and we're like, "Yeah, you can make one too." And it's like, all right, and then hopefully those people joined.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
For our club, we let them drive the robots. That way, like, even if the robot like crashes into anything, like it looks
uh,
cool to them because it's like, oh, you can crash into stuff at comps. Everyone
yeah,
does it. You're
yeah,
fine.
They're just you
it's
could just
cool.
they're probably just thinking battle bots.
Battle
Yeah.
bot.
It's not like we broke our intake from crashing too many times at the first playoff match during Glacier Peak.
We didn't do that. No,
No.
That never
no.
happened.
It's not like our robot literally didn't move in the first match.
Oh,
Hey, it's
Or
first
Oh,
our
match
no.
of
climb only
competition.
worked like once or twice.
First match doesn't matter. It's fine. It's the warm up round. It's the warm up round.
The next, then the other one, it moved. What?
Hey,
A
at least
foot?
you guys had a
That's
match
Yeah.
though.
True, very
yes.
true. I sound
NRG
very
did not.
entitled right now, saying like, "Oh, we can do this." No, we had a match. We did. We won award. I feel like the freshmen had a good experience. It was really
Yeah.
fun.
Wait, what?
Got some
Wait,
good
why
photos
wouldn't?
out of it. Got some.
Why didn't NRG have a match?
We were
What'd you
supposed to go there like, well, we never competed.
No, they were in
Yeah,
week
yeah.
2 comps, and that's when they
Yeah.
got
Oh,
canceled. Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
I know.
I'm kind of sad about that because we were planning to like do overnight like comps and stuff like that. And whenever we do those overnight comps, there's always like crazy senior stories that like the past year has done. If they're listening to this now, I hope they're listening to this. I love you guys. Please come back. I wish you guys got held back so I can stay with you guys more, but it's okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, NRG kids are wild. What can I say?
It's because we have
Yeah.
more than 100 of us there, and we don't even know
A
like who's doing
100 of
what.
you? There's
Yeah,
100 people on NRG?
in this present year, I think I counted up to like 103 students, or maybe more. But
Wow.
I like didn't include the students who signed up and never showed up.
That's huge. Like that's a
Yeah.
huge team.
Yeah, that's 5% of our school.
That's really
Nice.
impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, Newport is huge. Like, come on. Like, Sammamish has like what 1,000 kids, and we have like 65, 70. Like, that's a decent amount. Wait,
That's
what about
always yeah.
It's also like 6%. That's 6%.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like,
Math.
and you know, we have like low key free advertising because most robotics kids don't really care about fashion, and so you give them somewhat decent looking
A
sweatshirt,
sweatshirt, and you
sweatshirt
always wear
or
that sweatshirt.
t-shirt, and they wear it everywhere, everywhere. Like, okay, of course, like a couple of them, like the t-shirt collectors, have like poof shirts or like citrus circuits or like Robonaut or whatever. But like most kids will wear this on the daily, so we get free advertising wherever they go. You know,
That's a good
the other
tip.
day,
If you
I
guys
walked-
are a robotics team, get your team members sweatshirts. It's really nice.
Especially
And
if you're in a cold climate.
yeah,
very
like
true,
Washington.
very true.
If not, get
Other
them
Alaska
shirts. I
teams
don't know.
get sweatshirts. You guys
Or
should
even just
interview
full
a
winter
robotics
coats.
team.
Winter
Oh, full
coats,
winter coats. Yeah, that's the reason for NRG.
sweatpants.
We have like a massive selection. Like we have polo shirts, we have jackets, we have water bottles, we have backpacks. We also have like lunch
Backpack.
boxes. We have backpacks. I mean,
Wow.
it's essentially us just sewing like a little like NRG patch onto a black backpack, but that still counts. And then we have
Yeah.
different variations of hoodies. So that's
That's
nice.
great. Like if
Imagine.
you guys want, you see, for us, Sans Robotics, we have sweatshirts, Woody Flowers leggings, socks, and you guys can actually get all of this at saintsrobotics.com and
Wait,
click
don't
on
you
a
guys
thing
also
that
have
says
like a
merch.
water game shirt?
Yeah, we have a water game shirt.
I
Please,
wanted to
please,
buy that.
please
but
buy
I'm kinda
that.
broke.
Please, begging you. Just
Please.
use your money.
please buy,
Buy
buy it.
team.
Buy for your teams. We don't actually make a profit off of it, so it's like you
Bruh.
buy it because you want to support us
So
morally.
we're just getting
How?
the
You're not
profit
even
then.
making a profit.
We get morally supported. We're like, yes, they bought our sweatshirt, and it
Uh,
feels good.
I see.
We run off of good morals. Yes.
It's mostly
good
that
morals.
it's a pain to get BSD to approve a
Yeah.
t-shirt website for that for fundraising.
Mm.
Tell me about
Yeah.
it. Tell me about it.
Anyways, we
Why?
should move on to our next segment of robotics news. So, do you guys have any robotics news? Like, uh, we have FTC kickoff right next Monday,
Sunday. Yes.
Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
So,
actually mentoring 3 different FTC teams, so I'm so hyped up
wow,
for the upcoming
nice.
season.
So, what do you guys have? Is it the same game? Like, like FRC,
No,
we're doing the
they
same
have a
game, right?
different game.
They have a
I think
different
it's called
game.
like
It's like entirely remote too, so I'm hoping they're able to do something like that for FRC if it happens.
I
Yeah.
hope that I heard from someone who's on an FTC team that they're not going to require video of the matches. I hope they change
Uh,
that.
I'm hoping that too. They're just recording like the scores that they apparently got from that given match. Apparently.
okay, you could
And
be
you can,
so easily doing that. You could like
you
put
can
the
just be
clips
like,
into
yeah.
it.
you can
Mhm.
just
But
be
like,
like,
is
hey,
anyone really gonna do that though? That's the
you can
thing.
be like, hey, Robototes,
I
I
know
have,
multiple teams who
we
would do
have
that.
$1,000 just lying around,
Oh my god.
or
No, our
like something,
FTC team
something
is
like that.
very excited. They're like, I don't know if they're registering this year because like we're like a lot of the mentors have expressed concern with like they are the ones who are going to be at risk, and so they don't feel comfortable going in person to work on the robot, which is honestly completely understandable. If I was their age
Yeah,
and around a bunch of crazy high schoolers, I'm like, yeah, no, thank you,
yeah,
not today.
no,
Yeah.
But like, so there are a lot of different benefits and like drawbacks from registering and not registering. When you register, you can only have a limited number of people on your team, which
Yep.
is 15 people.
I
But
mean, essentially, you can kind of get out of that and just have like
Yeah.
multiple people in the club.
yeah, but the thing
Or
is,
just
like,
not choose until competition.
Yep.
Yep.
well, I don't know. It's mainly the concern of like parents having their kids pay the fee because FTC doesn't have a lot of money, so they need like money from their fees, club dues or whatever. But if their kid isn't necessarily officially on the team, they're like, why am I paying for this? For my kid to just kind of be there, you know what I mean? So that's like something that they've been thinking about in regards to like if they didn't register, they would be able to have an unlimited amount of people and they could just use that as a time to just train people up because we've been thinking about starting another FTC team because there is such a high demand for like students in high school competing during the FTC season because a lot of
So how do you guys manage this? Like, you have an FRC team and like FTC teams. Like,
yeah.
are there members that are a part of both, or just like,
Yes.
all right,
So our FTC team is mainly comprised of a lot of sophomores, juniors. There are no seniors. I don't. Yeah, no seniors. So it's very like it's kind of like what they did to get it started, and like the younger members were the ones starting it. So that was like a good experience for them. And like a lot like I think like half maybe not like maybe like 1/3 of them are also on FRC and are also pretty prominent like leaders within we have
it's
or
pretty
combined
cool.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, this year we have like a lot of progress done with like our robotics teams and because like of Bellevue Alliance. I feel like Bellevue Alliance helps us a lot to get things. For example, we have our like area whatever our headquarters. I like calling it the headquarters. Our headquarters at Ivanhoe. Before that we didn't have one and we just like worked off of just like random stuff like random different rooms in our like at school. So this is really a big change for us and we're really thankful for Bellevue Alliance and like everybody for helping us out, like pitching in and doing that, because I feel like Bellevue Alliance has been a big part of our community since it started, and yeah, it's pretty awesome, I would say. But
Yeah,
yeah.
the Bellevue Alliance has honestly been very helpful even if it's just been like been around for like 2 years. Like I feel like the Bellevue Alliance has made a big impact on like how we as teams connect with one another as well. Like at
Yeah, like
competitions, we have a very like strong bond, strong connection. Like
yeah,
when Interlake would be competing, we would yell Bellevue Alliance, that's it, or like whatever alliance that they're on, and then like support them. So it's like even if we are competing against each other, we're also there for each other. We're here to help one another, especially things regarding like BSD and like issues with that. Like for example, Newport lent us their let us use their practice field. I
Yeah.
didn't go there
And
because
then
I'm not really in the
I think some
physics.
Amish like cut metals and stuff for us, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember one Interlake person came over to like use our laser cutter to like I think make buttons.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
buttons.
because we didn't have enough
Wait, I don't
capacity at
remember.
ours.
Wait, who
Yeah.
was that?
I don't
Was that a student?
It was a
Oh.
student.
It was probably Nikita or Aryan. One of the two.
Nikita. Sounds familiar. Anyways,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then like we also held like CAD trainings in the fall this past year. Although it was really difficult, one benefit of having like online meetings is that we can hold trainings that are easily done like virtually a lot easier because everyone's at home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to travel during traffic like all the way across Bellevue to go to a CAD training for a couple hours and then go home. Like
Yeah, and I think the best part about the Bellevue Alliance is allowing us to have this podcast right now. That is the greatest achievement of Bellevue Alliance. We're able to freely contact you guys and be like, "Hey, do you want to join our
you can
podcast?" And you
freely
guys,
contact us anyways, but
I
okay.
know,
I
it
know
made
you're
it
trying to put the
easier.
plug in, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Plug in with the Bellevue Alliance. Yeah, but yeah. Before we end this episode, do you guys have anything else to say? Like
follow the
Amory, do you
Bellevue
have like?
Alliance on Instagram. It's probably I believe it's Bellevue Robotics Alliance.
Yeah.
And
Also,
then
We'll make our first post soon, hopefully.
yeah. I'm not really
also
like
check out the
promoting.
website at thebellevuealliance.com.
Thank you guys so much for joining us
Yes.
today on our podcast. And yeah, come back next week where we're going to do something even more epic. Isn't that right, Noam? Isn't that right?
Sure, I don't know what's going on
All
next
right,
week.
yeah, we're going to do something more epic. And always remember to
No, what's
eat your ramen, okay, guys? All right, thank you. Eat your ramen.
bye.
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 Bye.